Right, so I like to say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So I want to grab a video going into the MOTB on the Charagma, right? Something that they're calling the Neuralink that was just recently tested on the human. So I want to play this video real quick. So let's get it. Salaki.
Successfully implanted in a human, according to Elon Musk. The tech titan sharing a big breakthrough from his brain science startup company, Neuralink, saying it has implanted a device in a human for the first time, a possible step toward a product that Musk says enables control of your phone or computer and through them almost any device just by thinking. Musk posting Monday, the first human received an implant from Neuralink yesterday and is recovering well. The initial results, he added, showed promising neuron spike detection, but Musk gave no additional details about the procedure, the patient, or the device the company implanted. Musk writing, initial users will be those who have lost the use of their limbs, discussing his vision for Neuralink back in 2019.
This, I think, has a very good purpose, which is to cure important diseases, and ultimately to help secure humanity's future as a civilization.
This morning,
So I want to grab this in the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 16. And the scripture says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So let's go into this word mark. Salaki. Bear with me because I'm driving. The Greek word for mark
Strong's G 5480. Charagma.
a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, the mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculpture, graven, work, adulterous image. You go into the Strong's, right here it says Charagma, from the same as G5482, a scratch or I believe that says it itching, i.e. stamp as a badge of servitude or sculptured figure, statue, graven mark. Now, when you go back, when the so-called black man were in a yoke of iron under the so-called white man, in order for a slave to take an item to another slave master or go into like what they call their stores, or in order for them to go and pick up something, they used to have a tag. The tag will be around their necks, and it would tell the other it would tell like other so-called white people that you was a slave of this person. So it was like a pass. It was like a pass for you to go and do what you had to do, and for them to identify you as a slave and who you belong to. Because if another slave master was to kill a slave, right, then by their law back in the day, they would either get imprisonment or they will have to owe, they will have to owe the slave master, the person that killed the slave, they will have to owe the slave master, right? So they will be in the slave master's debt if that was to happen. So that was the badge was for. The badge was to identify ownership, right? No different than they do with animals, horses, cows, sheep, cattle. They will brand them or put a mark on them to say, look, this is my cattle, this is my slave, whatever, right? So that's what these devils used to do to so-called black people, right? That were in the yoke of iron. Now the way they do it now is by way of a birth certificate. A birth certificate is ultimately showing that you are the ownership of the United States. So you were born in the United States. You are the ownership of the United States. And on your birth certificate, you will have what? Identification number or barcode or whatever. So you will be you'll be the property of the United States, right? That's how you will be identified. Another way is your identification. So your ID. So your ID will tell them where you live, what state you're from, even, the driver's license. So the IDs will show that, I'm an American citizen, blah, 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 etc., right? And now the way Esau want to do it is by way of technology, using the digital system. The digital system will come through Neuralink, or it will come by way of it will come through Neuralink, or it will come by way of the MOTB or the Charagma in your hand. And this will show that you are the ownership of the United States, or you are the ownership of China, which their ultimate goal is to bring in a one world government, one world order, right? And this is what's coming. Elon Musk have successively implanted a Neuralink in the brain of a human, and it's showing neural signals. So that means it was a successful operation. So now this person will be able to do a lot of things just by thinking it, using the cell phone, computer, laptop, vehicle, TV, whatever. That's why they want to bring in that new city. They want to spend over, I believe it's $11 billion on a new city. And a new city will have nothing but updated devices. So everything in the new city that they want to build, that's going to cost billions of dollars, the only way you will be able to be sustainable within the city that they want to bring in is by way of Neuralink, or by way of the MOTB in your hand, right? The RFID chip, ultimately. So again, that, what did it say? It says a stamp, an imprinted mark. It says of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, the mark branded upon horses, a thing curved, sculptured, grieving work of adulterous image, right? And that's they want to implant that in you because they want further control over you. I remember videos coming out back in the day, and now a lot of those old videos are resurfacing. But I remember that there was a guy who went to a fast food drive-in, and they were able to link to his RFID chip. They were able to tell his diet, what he could and couldn't eat. They had total control over what he could and could not eat. Right? They knew his medical history, so they knew whether or not he could have salt, whether or not he could have pepper, what type of a burger he could have. Like, they had all of that. And they're going to be able to have access to that, to your personal medical records, personal mental records. If you go and see a psychiatrist or a psych or whatever, they're going to have control over that, man. Right? And when you got the brain, right? So the brain sends signals to this Neuralink, and the Neuralink will actually like copy and paste what you're saying, because that was a video that I was watching the other day where when a guy asked the subject, he said whatever questions that he asked him, the questions that he was asking him was popping up on the screen. Now he said the reason why the questions will pop up on the screen is because the subject was thinking about the question that he said that he were giving him. So it will pretty much copy and paste it out of his brain onto the screen. And then he was also linked to the internet, so the internet would tell him the answer to the question. That's wild, man. That's wild. But these are what they call them. These are prototypes. These are prototypes to what they actually about to bring in. Because this stuff is going to be able to have control over your life. You break a law, whatever, they could shut you down, man. And with the Neuralink, you don't know what kind of, you don't know what they can do with the Neuralink, man. They could turn around, shock your brain, turn around and put you in a psychosis state. They will have total control over whatever they wanted to do. Look, just like I believe it was Ford. I don't know if it was Ford, but they said that their vehicles, if you miss a payment after a certain amount of time, the car will just drive off by itself and go back to the dealership. Like, that's crazy as hell what Esau, what these devils are doing. Is just for more control, more power. Scriptures talk about they want to be like the Most High. They want to be like the Most High. Total control, right? So again, Revelations 13 and 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. He said, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it from there and say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakaha Kwadash. Double ones to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. I'd like to say shalom.